Hey, George, what's going on here? We got something wrong with the house.
Hey, yeah, the floor's kind of weird.
Oh, what do you mean weird?
It's sloping over there.
Oh, wow, that's not good.
No.
Well, we gotta do something about that, don't we?
Yeah.
What about that funny-looking dude that comes over and works in the house? What's his name?
Oh.
You mean me? My name's Hank. We've talked a lot before. I can't remember your name. Why would I want to remember your name? What do you want me to do today? That floor over there, it doesn't work. It's like slopey or something.
Yeah, it slopes.
Well, I think we might have to go underneath and take a look. Is that all right? What do you got? Whatever you gotta do, just fix it.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll crawl under there and see what I can do. Well, get to it and be quick about it.
Yeah.
Well, here we are under the house. And there's our jack. Right there. And there's a 2x4 that goes up and gets this big beam. Hopefully you can see it up there. There's three 2x10s that run across there. That's a big beam. And then this concrete thing here, right there, that's the pier that the house is sitting on. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a piece of wood up there that's been there for probably 25 years. Let me see if I can get up in there. Take a look at it. There we go. That piece of wood's been there 25 years. And 40 years maybe. There we go. I got some light on it now. And the idea is that so you can see that it's squashed down. So the wood itself has gotten squashed. And what we're trying to do is lift it up and put these shims underneath here. See if I can get a better shot of the shims. There we go. All those shims we're kind of putting under there. Just trying to lift it up a little bit. But it turns out that it's 2-ton jack. See 2 tons. That 2-ton jack is just probably not quite enough to lift this up. So we might have to splurge and get a 5-ton jack for this. So here's this pier from another direction. We were looking at it from over here before. Now we're looking at it on this side. There's that piece of wood, the original one. And I already jacked it up. Here's the jack down here. Jacked it up to get to those 2 wedges underneath there. Now we're going to try something a little different. We're going to use a bigger piece, this 2x4 that's angled. And we're going to try and jam it in there. So I think we'll do it like that. So put the wedge down instead of up. But we'll see how that works. All right, so I hope you can see that. But those are those 2x4s that we cut a wedge onto. And we were able to reposition the jack. It was kind of sliding, so we got it repositioned so that it's holding well. And we got those 2 pounded underneath there, so you can see there. The beam is resting on those 2x4s now, and I've gotten a couple of wedges underneath there. You can actually see light between from the other side over there. See that light coming through? It means we've got that lifted off of there. Now whether that makes a difference upstairs, we'll see. But I think we're going to go there. The jack just isn't strong enough to push it up much higher. So we'll try that out. All right, so here's one repair we've done already. We were able to get those 2 2x4s that are upright underneath that 2x4. And that is holding up this 2x8 here. You can see this one right here. That wasn't there before. If you can see back there that it's cut, I'll put an arrow pointing at it. By whoever was installing things, that meant that 2x4 that's underneath wasn't supporting that 2x8, and that meant this whole thing was sagging down badly. So this is our repair that we could barely fit in there to get our bottle jack in, and I didn't show you any of that because it was a whole lot of tight spaces. But this is looking at it from the crawl space. So I'm going to say that that is a pretty good repair, and that this 2x8 is now supported, at least on that end. Now what we need to do is support this beam here in the middle, because it's got some bad cracks in it. I'll show you that. I'm going to lay down here for a second. Right here if you can see that. That's one of the 2x6s. It's just totally shredded there. Kind of get around, you can see it. And it's busted up pretty badly. So you can see a little better there. There's a big old chunk taken out of it. There's a knot down there that's not holding much. So what we're going to do is put a pier right about there down to the ground. And that'll help to cut that span down, and that whole room won't be quite as bouncy. So here's a little more footage. You can see right there that the 2x8 has got a big chunk taken out of it. And this span is probably a little too long for it. It's probably code, sort of, but it's probably a bit too long. So that's why we're going to do this. So there's one of those back there. Here's another concrete pier here. We're going to use our bottle jack, kind of take the whole thing up a notch, and hopefully that will improve the feel on that floor. It won't be quite a trampoline feel. Well, this may be hard to see, but I'm going to try to get up there. Okay. So I'm going to try to show you this. But can you see that that joist is not on that, hanging on that at all? So that this joist right here has no support whatsoever from under there. So what we're going to do is put, and that's where a lot of the bounciness in the floor was coming from. So we're going to put a joist hanger on there, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so what we want to do is jack this up. You can see there, and there's the joist hanger. It's not in place yet, but we want to jack it up so that that 2x4 closes that gap. And that means that this joist is now at the place it's supposed to be. All right, so here's our little bottle jack, and we've taken the post off of there, and this is our new beam right here all the way down to the concrete post. So that is now holding this 2x10 beam here. There's two of them, and there's that joist hanger we just put in. So now we're going to do the walk around test. So here's another angle on what we just did. So this post right here is helping to decrease the span between there and over here. So you can see the pier is right here. So that is just added on to both raise that floor and to make up for a bunch of timber that has cracked and broken over the years. So there it is. There's the concrete pier. There's the double 2x4 that comes up to that. So I think we're well on the way to helping it. Now we don't want to take the house up too high. We took it up probably almost 3 inches that time, and that's a lot for a house to go up. So we're going to let that settle in, and we may take it up higher because there's still a little bit of a dip to the floor there. But we're going to call that good for right now and see how that settles in.
Well, I heard that guy under the house. What was he doing under there?
No, I don't know.
Where is he? Get in here, you.
I'm here. What?
What did you do under there?
Oh, I jacked up the house.
Well, did it work?
I don't know.
It's still kind of low over there.
Oh.
What do you think, George?
Yeah, it needs more work, but it's improved.
Oh, thanks, George. I appreciate that. Hey, quit talking to him like that. He'll start taking advantage of us. I won't. I'll be a nice guy, I promise. Yeah, sure. Okay, I want you to do more on it. I want that floor fixed. Right, George?
Yeah.
That's a better answer this time. All right. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.